KLIF News Time now 7:41. A lot of people are talking about the very tragic shooting of a teenager in Balch Springs by a police officer who has since been fired. But many think, and especially the family of the teenager, that that's not enough, that the officer should be facing charges.
Yeah, Dr. Alex Del Carmen is the executive director of the School of Criminology at Tarleton State University in Fort Worth, and he joins us now live. Good morning, Dr. Carmen.
Good morning.
So what are your thoughts on this?
So, it's obviously tragic. I mean, anytime the loss of life takes place in the United States, whether it's in the hands of a police officer or anyone else, it's certainly sad. In addition to that, you've got a very young member of our community who has tragically died as well. So, I mean, I think it raises a lot of questions as to exactly what was going on in that officer's mind, what were the circumstances that surrounded the event, and whether or not the police department handled it the best way initially.
The fact that they handled it as fast as they did in terms of firing Officer Oliver, you think that in itself might cause some problem among the community that wants more information and more action taken?
Well, I think if the police chief is in a very sadly in a very precarious situation, and you can't please everyone when you're actually in charge of a police department when something like this happens, meaning that if you don't fire the officer, you're blamed for not taking enough action, and if you fire the officer, then people say you did it too quickly. So at the end of the day, we have to trust the fact that this police chief is able to see evidence and able to see things that at this time we're not able to see. And so at the end of the day, if he made a decision to fire this officer, it is a clear sign that there are things that violated the police department policy that would prompt it up to the level of firing offense of a police officer. So it's pretty serious.
I guess we can all assume that the officer lied about what happened, and the dash cam video told a different story.
Well, in this kind of business, we don't assume, but what I can tell you, however, is that from the initial reports in how this was handled and what the initial statements were made about the officer, from the officer's perspective, as far as we know, we are able to determine that there were some violations of policy related to the actions that the officer took. But once again, this is for the most part speculative on all of our parts because we haven't seen exactly what the evidence suggests and what the evidence is showing, but the chief has. And the fact that the chief has made that determination to fire the officer, I think is very telling about this particular story.
All right, thank you very much. Just wanted to get your take on the situation as far as we understand the story. As you said, that there's still a lot that we do not know. But as a society,
yes,
we
sir.
have to take into consideration that our police officers and our prosecutorial arms of the local government are going to do the jobs that they're supposed to do, and we have to kind of be patient on this, I guess. Dr. Alex Del Carmen, Executive Director of the School of Criminology at Tarleton State University in Fort Worth.
KLIF News and Information Time is coming up on 7.